amazing episode of MFIVE, the Family Hustle. I'm your boy, Mr. MFIVE, Mr. Motivated, Financially Independent, Victorious Entrepreneur. And I'm joined by a very special, amazing, wonderful guest in the building today, right? Mrs. T. Mac the Magnificent, otherwise known as Tron, aka Tronshetta. Guys, this is my sister.
Hello.
Okay, this is my sister, man. We grew up together, and she's in town. And look, man, when her and my mom walked through the door, I was instantly inspired. So we're going to talk about some things today, man, that I think I need to know, first of all, okay? And that you guys need to know as well, okay? So, look, I want you to just take a few minutes, man. Tell the people a little bit about, about yourself, where you're from, right? How old you are,
Oh, wow. We need to save that surprise for later, how old I am. I'm really excited about my age, though.
You should be.
This is the year. But I am from Mississippi. I wonder if I sound like it, too. We sound like country bumpkins.
You know what? So, actually, right now, you don't.
Okay, so I am from Mississippi. When we were growing up in Mississippi, myself and Tromane, people always told us we didn't sound like we were from Mississippi, that we had accents all the time.
All the time.
But I don't know what we sound like, but we'll hear it.
I don't know if I ever told you this, though, but I used to, so people used to ask me all the time where I was from. Right, and when I used to tell them from Jackson, people didn't believe it.
Right.
So then I started telling people I was from Miami. And look, I'm gonna tell you a funny story, man. So I'm telling people I'm from Miami, and I'm at Jackson State, right? So I went to Jackson State, JSU, right, one time for the Sonic Boom, and there was a girl there that was from Miami. So she asked me where I was from. So I was, I'm from Miami, trying to have a little, cool swag, and she goes, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Me too. What part?" I'm like,
"Dang." Yeah, do your studying.
So I was like, "From down south." Then she goes, "Oh yeah, me too. Like what part?" So I'm like, "Dang, boy, like, I'm trying to remember what part of Miami that my dad lived in." So I was able to get through the conversation, but it was a little embarrassing because I was kind of on the spot, right? But today, I mean, I own it. I am from the 601, Mississippi. One time from Jim Hill, right? The Green and Gold. We're both proud graduates of Mississippi high schools is a big deal, right? It's a big deal. So you're from Mississippi, right? We're gonna say the age for later, but you're really excited about your age. You said,
I am very excited about my age. This is a big year. I've gotten a lot of major things that I wanted. We have our almost 2-year-old.
Okay.
Yes, I'm chasing him now. He's running around, so I'm very excited about that. Then I'm a mom of a 14-year-old, so I'm chasing that one too. So I had to get my life together this year. And I'm really excited about the things that's going on. So we had to make some changes, which is what you want to talk about.
Well, you know what though? So it's funny because when you have kids and as your kids get older, you're always evolving as well. Right. So you're a mom to a 14-year-old. You've given birth to a kid that's now 2 years old.
Almost 2 in
July. 2 years old, right? And I'm gonna tell you, man, like I think that I've noticed even a difference in just watching you. You know what I'm saying? Like parent like this little. So let's kind of talk about that though, right? I mean, how does it feel? To watch your kid running around, learning how to talk, you're potty training them now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just kind of talk about that experience and the joys of being a mom.
It is. It's a big joy. Every day is just really a blessing. You have to take every day and strive. You have to understand what your day stands for, which it stands around a lot of the conversation that we're bringing in today. But you really need to not take for granted each day. Each day is a measurement. You get that measurement cup and how full you want to feel it,
And then you put in the work.
And put in the work. Please put in the work because, I would do anything for my kids. So pretty much I had to put myself together because they're watching you. You got to know that. So
hey, And it's funny because I know that one of the things you're talking about was something I realized some years ago. I was in the backyard with Malik, and I can't remember how old he was, but I was chasing him like he's running around, and he went to kind of shake me real quick. And me, I'm still thinking that I'm 18, 19, so I went to jerk real quick too to catch him. And man, it's like I caught a cramp in my leg, and it's like instantly, as soon as I caught that cramp, I went down. Right, we in Miami, man. It's super hot. The sun is like beating me up.
Oh my
I'm laying on my back, man, trying to catch my breath now. My blood pressure probably went up.
The old man stuff.
The old man stuff.
And it was pre-old man stuff because it wasn't even your time. You ain't even there yet.
I'm not even there yet.
We know.
Just out of shape.
We flexing.
Just out of shape. That's all it was.
Y'all gotta look around for y'all A babies because they look good.
You ain't lying about that though.
Look good.
Right? When you right, you right. We look good. So look, man, last time I seen you was probably what? Was it over? Has it been a year?
No.
Yeah, you know what? It has been because I was in Mississippi for the baby shower.
That is not the last time I've seen you, my baby.
You know what? You show right. It's not.
I don't recall though.
The last time I seen you, Lil Justin was actually crawling around and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, so let's just say maybe.
It was right when you were going vegan too.
Okay, so let's just say maybe a year ago.
You were in my house.
Yeah, and I was probably
going to
super picky.
some kind of thing in New Orleans or somewhere.
So now, so at that time, were you on this
Nope.
weight transformation? You wasn't, right?
I don't think so. I started last year in August.
Last year in August, right? So last
I
time.
don't even think we told the people what we're talking about yet.
Well, I mean, they just kind of figure it out, though. They just gonna kind of figure it out, though.
I lost 70 pounds, guys, in 6 months. August.
In 6 months?
August, yeah, since August, the last week of August. So we would say September, the beginning.
And you lost how much?
70.
70, right? So look, my sister don't play. She's just like, hey, let's just let the people know. I mean, we were gonna build into that, but she's like, hey, just let the people know, right? So last time I seen you though, you had not began this weight loss transformation, right? I remember there being all types of food at the house at the time. Like we were going vegan.
Love snacks.
I mean, there's just junk food everywhere in the kitchen, in the dining room.
We were actually having a conversation about the type of milk that I was what is the word? Giving Junior, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were changing his milk up.
And at that time, about how much would you say you weighed?
I started at 235, so I had to be like at 240 or something like that.
You about 240.
I was about 240.
Right? Is that the heaviest you've ever been?
Yes.
All right. So my sister's about 240 pounds. I'm pretending to be vegan at the time, right? We're being picky. And typically, my mom and my sister are super picky eaters, right?
I am. You guys like trying everything.
So, we're like mixing stuff up, being creative because we're not eating the traditional meat and dairy products, right?
Yeah.
So she's at 240. Now I can remember us having a conversation maybe shortly after about, us losing weight and, just getting in the best shape of our lives. And, it's been a little minute since we've talked about it because I kid you not, maybe last time I seen you, we discussed you was 240. I see you 2 days ago, and you look like a completely different person, man. Done lost, you said 60 pounds?
70 pounds.
70 pounds, man. That is absolutely bananas, right? New mom, new you. So I want to talk about it, though, right? Because, and I'm guilty of this, right? I'm not even going to lie. Man, I've started this journey, man, dozens of times.
Right.
And I failed miserably. Flat on my face. I resort back to, those natural habits that just come easy, eating whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm out and about, it's so difficult trying to find like the right food to eat and all that other stuff. I want to start first with, what was that mindset shift? Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you don't become 240 overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a while, you know, I mean, for all this weight that's on me, like, to build up, right? What was that mindset shift for you when you was like, yo, I'm done? You know what I'm saying? Like, by all means, by any means necessary, I'm dropping this weight. Let's talk about that. Like, what was that like?
So, I'm online. I'm scrolling. I'm actually looking for something else. And I run across this lady, her name. And I just stopped because random things, you know, catch your eye. And I watched her video. And when I watched her video, I watched it all the way to the full complete, you know, doing everything, doing this and doing that. But I watched this lady's video. And I said, I'd like to try that. Decided I want to try that. But in the decision making, I'm sure that there were layers. We have to pull back layers on everything. I always know there's layers to everything you do. Of course, probably being unhappy, trying on clothes, unhappy, moving around and things like that. Really needing a new me. Probably had some personal life things going on too. You could say that probably. But and I really use my kids. I really use Junior as an obstacle course too. So I made a decision. You know, one thing, it's more about your mental health too. A mental decision to do what's best for you. A mental decision. You just have to decide that, you know. And the hardest person, the person that's going to judge you the hardest is going to be you. And it's terrible how we treat ourselves.
So now, and I'm glad you even brought that up, because one of the things I hear people say all the time, especially in our community, yo, you're going to lose all that weight, you're going to look sick, you know, like a lot of women be worried about losing that booty and, you know what I'm saying, all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I hear that like as the reason why, the justification, the excuse for being unhealthy. So this ain't even about just being big, really, right? Like this weight, this excess weight that we carry, this belly that we carry on us, man, like it is unhealthy. So just kind of like, I mean, like, did you deal with some of that? Like, you know, worried about looking sick and what people were going to say and stuff like that?
You actually brought up something that I never even thought of, actually, because last time, and I got a doctor's appointment I really need to check on, but the last time I was at the doctor's office, they were telling me that I needed to get on some type of diet. And I actually forgot all about that. And I guess that was one of the things. But did I worry about what I was going to lose and, you know, was I going to, no, because I actually didn't even have the confidence in myself to think that, hey, you're really going to see this through. Really? I honestly didn't. Nope. Because if you're going to start something, you know, they say get your measurements, get on the scale and stuff like that. And I've done that in the past. I've gotten on the scale and stuff. This time, that's why I say it could have been 240. I did this for a week because the lady I follow, her name is Keisha Gibson. She says, try me for a week. I guarantee you 7 to 10 pounds in that first week. So I didn't get on the scale. I did not get on the scale. And then I got on the scale after a week. And like, okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yep. And you know, I probably didn't wait the whole week. I probably just got on there like a few days or whatever. I get on the scale now every day because that's what she teaches us.
Got you.
Get on the scale every day. Another thing that motivates me is, you know, some of us love, getting to know yourself. Some of us love shopping. I love to go out. I love to shop. I love to buy stuff like that. So, you know, you can buy that next outfit and be like, ooh, I'm going to work to get in there.
Wait, hold on. That's a whole nugget. So you're out shopping. You're buying an outfit that doesn't fit right now. But the plan is to lose the weight to get in the outfit?
I've done it. I've had clothes in my closet. Everybody got the clothes from high school.
You know what? I do have a few shirts right now and a pair of pants right now. I'm like, hey, when I could wear it, man, I thought it was so fly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this.
That's true.
But now buying small clothes.
I've bought a couple of outfits, and then you try them on. They're not like what you want, so then you work hard to you kind of work to get in the way you want to.
That's next level, man. Like that is that. So in the beginning, you wasn't sure, but at some point, you was like, wait a minute, like this right here could really work.
Yeah.
So I mean, because you ain't just out here wasting money on clothes. So like you already know that at some point I'm fitting in this outfit.
I'm gonna get it.
What is
no? It's not an option.
What is that determination like? I mean, like to buy an outfit, you put it in a closet. Because right now I can't fit it. It ain't gonna look the way I want it to look, right?
I mean, I ain't purposely buy it like that, but it happened. Like I put the outfit on and it was like, ooh.
But you kept it.
And I kept it because I ain't finna send it back. Try to return some at Temu.
Girl, you is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, some of those outfits you can fit now.
I can fit all my clothes now.
What? Give me some.
I was not planning. My goal was 180, and yeah, I didn't think I was gonna. My goal was 180. I didn't think I was gonna get the 200. So it was like, what? So I had made goals, reachable goals for myself, and I was going for it. But you said that you started some diets or you started some new journeys and you failed at them. Well, guess how many times I failed at this new journey?
How many?
Probably 120. Because I love snacks. Like, I'm not perfect. Mm-hmm. And you have to take that perfect crown off your head because you're not going to be perfect at nothing.
Okay, hold on. So let's stop right quick. You're taking me too fast, right? Because that's another nugget in itself, okay? Let's talk really quick about what that first week with Keisha was like. Okay. Shout out, by the way.
Please shout out to Keisha.
Where is Keisha located?
Keisha Gibson is on, we'll say first YouTube, because she actually puts her journeys all out on there from day one. Like you'll see her, she was at 285 pounds when she started. She actually has videos where you can watch and you can see her whole transformation. She's on YouTube, she's on TikTok, she's on Facebook, she's on all the social media.
Do you know where she's located at?
No, I never researched it.
You never So look,
I should look.
Shout out to Keisha Gibson.
Yes.
Right? My sister said that you can follow her on YouTube, TikTok. Keisha, how you spell Keisha?
Keisha.
Gibson, Gibson. Gibson, man. Mm-hmm. Look, if you're watching this right now. Now, hold on, right? Because we're giving her a shout out, right? Which is awesome. But where can people follow you at?
I don't know. I'm on Facebook. Don't be following me because I don't keep up with social media very well.
You don't keep up with social media,
Then I log in and I look at Keisha every day because she's my motivation. I don't be on that stuff.
You get in and you get out, right?
I get in and get out.
What was that first week, that transformational period, right? Let's talk about that. Like, what was that like? I
was excited, actually. But, okay, so I am not a veggie eater. I'm not a veggie lover. Actually, when I'm around my brother, his wife Felicia she's my sister. Like she does the vegetable stuff, and I'm always challenging what she makes. So always challenging what she makes. Like, sis, what is that you put in there? No, I don't want that. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I love when I'm around her because she challenges me to try something new and everything like that. And I usually say no, but this time I actually said yes. So. But that first week I was actually learning I stopped myself and I said, let's try this. Let's try that. And Keisha actually gives you a grocery list though. And she tells you what to eat. She makes this stuff so easy. Like seriously. She said, hey, this week this is what we're doing. And then we do it.
No option.
Well, yeah, she just says this is what we're doing. So it's like, okay, if we eating 2 times a day, then pick 2 times a day and eat. Then we having these milkshakes. She told me what kind of milkshakes I had. I drank the milkshake. Not too bad. Seems simple. Go to bed, girl. Get back up the next morning. Get on the scale. Boom, I lost 2 pounds. What? Try Keisha again tomorrow.
And that right there was mindset.
I promise.
I'm trying it every day. So now, it's really funny you say that because in one of the books that I read, Atomic Habits,
okay,
right, the author talked about if you want to create new habits, right, you have to make it easy.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make it simple. So one of the things that I was doing for a period, going to the gym. So I started with, hey, I'm going to commit to going to the gym every day. And I know every day sounds like a lot, but for only 15, 20 minutes.
That worked for you. Yeah. You have to know it works for you.
So I would go, and as soon as I walk in, right, the people that play film, hey, welcome to the, welcome, to give me all of that, right? And then I'm thinking, 10, 15 minutes later, 15, 20 minutes later, when it's time to leave, they're like, oh, okay, see you later. You weren't here long. But what happened is that I kind of got in the habit of going in because it was only 15 or 20 minutes. It's not like, I got to be in here for hours. And yes, what I'm saying, it worked. And somehow, I fell off. But I'm glad you said that. So make it simple. It don't need to be complicated. Something you can commit to every single day and know that, you're not perfect.
You're not perfect.
So you ain't going to win every day.
Nope.
But the key, you would say, is just to keep moving every single day.
Like, what we quitting for?
All right, so we got past that first week. You feel like you probably lost, 5 pounds or so, right?
Okay.
You feeling good, or you feeling like this is possible? What is that next week like?
We get stronger. We were doing tougher things. Every week we were doing tougher things. So, like I said, I sign in every day. Of course, she's telling us about food, but also motivating. Then there was everything was new. It was like, anybody like getting new packages? You know what I'm saying? When you order stuff online and things like that, you get new stuff every day when you log in with Keisha. Like, seriously, she has a group, Kick Way with Keisha group. I joined that. It's people on there all day long. You want to chat about something? They talking about yay and telling you good job and everything on what you're doing.
So creating or joining a community with like-minded individuals on the same path as you.
Exactly.
Right? That right there is a nugget as well. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the challenges I've had personally, not to, shift blame to nobody because I'm a grown man, right? And I really just got to make that decision. But it has been difficult for me because in my house, like, I'm the only one that really want to lose
and I was too.
weight. Felicia eats whatever she wants. Now, when we were vegan, we were both, we were both there.
Right.
But I think that it's a little bit harder to get us to shift back because, again, we've fallen off and we've gotten the habit of, eating whatever we want. We eat late. Mm-hmm. We eat heavy, and I don't have that community yet. Okay, but you're saying that joining one would definitely help in that progress and the progression, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got you. You ever been in a community like that before? Obviously not, but you ever been, a part of any type of group before? Was it weird to you for people to be in there, cheering?
I get on there sometimes. No, it wasn't weird. I get on there sometimes. I log in whenever I get ready. So
okay,
I don't just be on there either. But if you want to look for an idea or something like that, they be on there talking about all kinds of stuff. So
got you.
Mm-hmm. I also bought me a Fitbit watch, which I left in Mississippi this week, so I have not been able to count my steps. I ordered me one of those, so that was a nice gift to myself. Little things that I did. I got myself a Fitbit scale. Mm-hmm. That thing is pretty cool.
That probably syncs with the watch.
It syncs with the watch, so all that was new and stuff like that. But I did these things gradually. I did things to reward myself too.
Man, you saying gradually, but 70 pounds in 6 months, is huge.
The thing too.
And they say it's harder for women to lose weight.
Do they?
That's what I heard, yeah.
I don't know. But Keisha teaches us about how to lose 40 pounds in 1 month.
40 pounds in a month? Hold up. Hey, Keisha.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking you up right now. Okay?
And so.
For real, I gotta.
Those pounds be falling off. You just gotta follow suits. My niece who does my dreads, she always tell me, trust the process. So yeah, it's about trusting the process.
Boy, that's a whole nother nugget. But look, I think I found her really quick. So hey, she's there. You show right? That's her. That's her.
Notice, and if you look at the pictures of her, you notice her face changed. I didn't think my face would do that, and like one day I woke up, was like, my face is completely different.
How do you feel about that though?
At first, I was not excited. I'm sorry.
Kick weight with Keisha.
Yes.
All right, so guys, look, man. I mean, she's definitely on YouTube. Look, you have someone here that have followed the program, right? If you've been trying to lose weight, you know, like I have, I want you to take some notes from this video, right? Because we have somebody here that's real life done it. I'm going to tag her also in this, right? If you got any questions, drop them below. But also, you know, follow, you know, Keisha Gibson, Kick Weight with Keisha on YouTube, right? Because look, we're not getting no younger.
I did. I did. Keisha tell you that too. She's like, I look way younger, and she does. She looks way younger than she did before, but I got younger.
So numerically, we're not getting any younger age-wise, right? But I like that because people are always asking, like, what is the secret to youth, right? And when you meet older people that are in really great shape, right, and you ask them, one of the things they always say is that, oh, I took care of myself. I ate good. I worked out, right? You know, I stayed healthy. I watched what I eat. You know, I didn't indulge in, you know, smoking or drinking and all this other stuff, right? I mean, that's what they always say. So you're saying that you feel like this 70 pounds you've lost have given you an extra maybe 10 years of your life is what it feels like, right?
10 years.
You feel like you in your early 30s, late 20s, right?
This thing, yeah. So people be like, you 25, you 28, you 30. Mm-hmm.
You look young, man. You look good.
I'm like right below Tromane though.
What do you mean? Oh, right below me, right? Hey, we is I'm gonna tell you some kind of off topic, right? So, you know, I went to a workshop, like a 4-day workshop with Malik. And so my oldest son will actually be 21 next month. And whenever we're out, people always think that we're friends.
Oh, wow.
Right? They be like, that is not your son. Okay? Like, no way. Now, I don't know if it's because I look young or if it's because his demeanor is, you know, maybe
strong.
You know, like older, right, than what he is. But people always think that we're friends. But I'd imagine that if I lost 70 pounds, people gonna definitely feel like, here's my goal, right? I mean, obviously to be healthy, you know, to be fit and stuff like that. But I want when my kids' friends come over.
Alright, that was my motivation.
You understand what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's your mama?
I want them to be like, you know, like, that is not your dad. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I feel like if that is the response, you know, when I'm in my 40s, you know, and Shemaya friends are in their 20s, they're like, that is not your dad, then you know.
I want to go over my house. Her daddy be looking like,
you know you looking good is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know you looking good. You know, you're well preserved. You know, I mean, and even today, like, I meet people that are in their 60s and I'm just like in disbelief, like, no way. Like, you're not 60 years old. Okay? Absolutely not. So what are some of the things? So are you working out like every day? Like, you know, I mean, like, what do you feel like has been the key contributor to losing 70 pounds in 6 months?
You're eating.
Watching what you put in your belly, in your mouth. So now, are you working out at all?
I do now, but I wasn't at first.
So how much weight would you say you lost before you started to work out?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. You
have no idea. How long did it take you? Like, how long into the process, you know, would you say you were before you started working out?
When I started seeing it was working after like a month or so, well, okay, so workout videos from home. You know, I just had a kid. My kid is little. Of course, I can't go to the gym, and I work a lot. I work a whole lot. So, I get on TV or whatever and do the little workouts on TV, moving around and things like that. Keisha put a couple of exercises and things out there. Another thing that I was ordering besides my Fitbit scale and my Fitbit watch, Keisha does the Fahas. Oh, those things right there. Now, don't you get you no Faha. It's going to squeeze you in and you like 5 pounds lighter immediately.
5 pounds. Yeah.
Because it's squeezing you in, it suck you in, and then when you put your waist train on, like, you feeling it all day. Like, she tell you how to wear it and everything like that. So you feeling good all day. People are immediately commenting on you. You ain't even did the work yet. The work is hard, but you getting comments from day one because you looking good.
So working out wasn't even a big part of it. And again, the reason why this is so huge because, you know, in our mind sometimes, in my mind sometimes, it's a whole to do. Like, I gotta go to the gym every day. I gotta hire me a trainer. I gotta, you know, eat better. No more this, no more that, blah, 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 blah. And yep, you become stressed. It's overwhelming. And instantly you're like, I'll just stay fat. You know, I mean, because it's a thing that we're most familiar with because, you know, I mean, I've been heavy for quite some time now, right? So, but you're saying that it wasn't even that difficult. The environment made it easier, and really, what you did, the key contribution to you losing so much weight was just watching what you eat or eating better. So, how were you eating before?
I ate a lot of junk. I work for Domino's Pizza, so I eat there. Like, I'm at work all the time. Have me a pepperoni pizza and call it a day. You know, 4 to 5 slices. That's not average, and so you just eat like bread. It builds up and things like that. So cutting things off, mixing. You know, they serve a whole lot of different types of food going here and there. Fast food, you know, you pull up at the fast food place and you're getting something to eat. Really, you don't know what you're gonna eat today. Those type of questions people ask their family every day. What we gonna eat today? So
let me ask you this, right? So you're a manager at Domino's.
Yes.
You're there all the time, right?
Yes.
You're running this store. You guys are making pizza all day. I love pizza too, and I know that's like one of your favorite foods also, right?
It's my favorite.
How, like, and see, that right there was a thing too. I'm like, damn, like if Tron lost 70 pounds with her favorite food all day. I mean, like, how are you not tempted to be like, man, I'm sure y'all make some pieces. There's probably extra pieces
and
all the time.
Throw them away, and they don't.
You know, like, so what is that like? Like, how are you not eating a pizza?
So are you tempted? Yes, temptation is gonna be there. Yes, but again, you want to look like with my kid. You know, my kid growing up, I want to be that beast. Like, what are you talking about? I want to be this way. Certain motivations. Like I said, I watch Keisha every day. So I'm motivated. Like,
have you listened to her today?
I have not listened to her today. Not yet, no.
But you will.
But I will. I will. I'll log in. But like every day, I'm trying to normalize my life right now because I've gotten down. Like I'm almost at my goal, which I feel like once I get to my goal, I'll set a new goal. But we'll see. But getting to my goal lately has been harder than some of the other goals because you know, once you actually lose the weight, it's harder to get the weight off. So some of us, our bodies are begging for the weight to come off. We're having physical issues. I think she talks about being pre-diabetic, which is my mom also lost a lot of weight too.
Man, so between both of these ladies, and I really wanted to have our mom on as well, but yeah, between them combined, we're talking about like 140 pounds or so. So when I seen them last, I mean, they were both, you know, fluffy, lovable, you know, ladies, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I've ever told you this either, but you know, you two were the first ladies ever that like I really, and even though she's my little sister, that I really, you know, looked up to. You know, I always thought like the world of mom, and you know, like I felt like the way you moved when we were kids were like, you know, just really, really, really solid. So I can't say I'm really surprised that you've been able to make this decision and stick to it, right? And I am super, super, super proud of you. But yeah, between the two of them, man, like when I last seen them, you know, my mom, like, you know, had some cheeks and things like that.
I know what she did. Oh my goodness.
Man, I mean, she walked through the door the other day and I'm like, man, who is this lady? Like,
so mom was fighting for her life. Our grandmother was diabetic. And so mom's story is different from my story. She was fighting because she's going to the doctor and pre-diabetes or diabetes was on her, like on her edge. And so that was her thing. She was like, I gotta, and so her thing is her sugar intake and things of that nature. So she didn't join the same journey that I did. I love what I did. I love the community that I was around and the motivation that I did get.
So what you're saying, mom is like even more of a beast because she didn't have none of that. She was just like, yo.
Right. I don't know what she did.
You just looked up one day too, and it's like, dang, this lady boy, like she keeping up with me.
This was her retirement year. She got this grandbaby that when I ain't running behind him, she running behind him. So I feel like maybe she had to use that too. That same motivation. We have to get up and go.
She's 67.
Yep,
she's lost, how many pounds she say?
70.
70 pounds. And
she's less than me.
And around the same amount of time. Right?
Yeah.
So, and I want y'all to understand why I said it was very inspiring because, I mean, hey, I'm 42. You know, if my mom at 67 can make the decision, right? And she ain't going to the gym like that. Now, I think she's going a little bit now.
She goes now.
But she wasn't, I think she probably just started going to the gym here recently. So a great deal of her transformation as well has been watching what she eats. Now, she was a walker, right? So she'll say, she'll get out there and she'll walk, like we went walking the other day. But if they can do it, you can do it too. So before we end... I tell
people that all the time. Getting them to believe it, though, I don't know. I haven't had anybody to join the journey with me. I haven't had anybody, and I love, and I don't know what's going on inside of people, but you always just want to motivate them inside. You can do it. I don't feel like there was nothing magical that I did that you can't do. And like Keisha said, she gets hundreds and thousands of people, and I see it there on her lives. Like, people are on there, they're from different states and things like that. So, but people didn't come on.
So I want to talk about that really quick, though, kind of sidebar, because yesterday I think you kind of made a comment that I know what that's like to be talking to people about stuff and I have to pull people. So here's what I feel like happens, though.
Okay.
I think that when we make a decision, we feel like everybody else, it should be easy for other people to make it, right? And I don't know if we always are understanding that, and I'm not saying you per se, but I'm just speaking in general, that, hey, it took me, for an example, it has taken me, I've been heavy now, I'm going to say for, this year will be 17 years I've been married. Let's just say I've been heavy for, let's just say 15 years.
Okay.
Now, heavier than I would like, let's say. I ain't always been as heavy, but let's say heavier than what I would like for 15 years. I make a decision a day. 7 months later, 70 pounds lighter. So then it's like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? If you want to lose weight, you'll lose weight. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Let's get with the program. Sometimes it takes people a little while.
We're ashamed. We don't think that we can do it.
As it's taken me a long time. So even right now when you say nobody joined your journey. So here's what happened. My sister and I, we both had a conversation about losing weight. She was actually supposed to be my accountability partner and vice versa. Now, I don't know what, apparently.
I don't even call you.
That's right. There was no conversations, you know what I'm saying, between us. There was no accountability, right? She did her thing. So I will say this though. And here's one of the things that Keisha has done. And I've noticed for people that are very successful, here's one of the things that they do. We make a decision and then we look for other people to make the same decision.
Okay.
Right? But what happens though is when I've made the decision, it's this is what I believe in. I'm so determined, this and that. I want everybody else to do it. So when you're talking to me now, this is what you're going to get. I'm talking about you losing weight. Tromane, you need to get healthy. Bro, mom was pre-diabetic. Your butt is probably pre-diabetic. How much you weigh? 200 and what? 50 pounds? Ain't no way.
Blood pressure up.
You know what I'm saying? And I do. I take a blood pressure medication. Just one. I just take one blood pressure medication. But last time I was at the doctor, they mentioned something about, being pre-diabetic as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, what she's done, she's created this community because she knows what it's like and she wants other people to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're moving like that, the people that are going to join, that want to join, become a part of your movement. It's not necessarily a matter of me forcing you per se. It may not be you, but because I'm always talking about whatever it is I'm doing, you either get right or kind of get left. And the people that are ready to get right, get right. The people that get left, you know, because you've created this community, whenever they're ready, they can jump back on and join the movement. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let me just say, I'm ready.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, being overweight, it affects your confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it affects your mindset. You know, you look at yourself, you know, different, and I deal with this stuff, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, every day.
Right.
I need to drop about 60, 70 pounds for myself. You know, my goal is to be, I'll say 190 to 200 pounds, depending on how muscular I am. If I'm solid, you know, 200, whatever, right? But I don't mind being a little, you know what I'm saying, a slim, you know, cut, you know, 190 either. But I gotta lose this weight, man. I gotta get it off.
And talking to people that's going your direction is always good. But you know what was scary for me?
What's that?
So I'm following Miss Keisha, and we're going this direction. Of course, you got 100 other people coming to you, telling you, "Hey, try this. Hey, try that." Like, bro, I'm doing this, but I just say, okay, respectfully, and I'm doing my journey and see how I'm going. And even when I was losing the weight, I was getting people, I think it was like 2 months ago, Justin brought in some sea moss. You need to eat that sea moss. That'll help you. And I'm like, okay, I ain't going to touch that stuff. But, you know, people say it's really good for you. I don't know. So that whoever's going on that journey, you know.
So basically, you just made a decision to do what you were going to do, and you just stuck to that.
Just stick to whatever your plan is. Stick to it.
Because sometimes we can get distracted based upon what other people are doing. So really quick, I asked you, what were you eating? Like, what are you eating now, right? So let's just kind of, you know, as we close this out, let's kind of give people what are you eating today? What types of foods? How often are you eating? Because here's what I believe, right? Obviously, it's worked for her. Right, I'm telling y'all, like, you know, this is maybe y'all first time seeing her. Maybe some of y'all have seen my sister before, right? And maybe you haven't seen her in a while, but like, yo, this is a completely different. There's a picture I have of her. I'm gonna see if I can put my hands on it before you leave. Goodness. But like when she was, you know, probably in high school.
And I got braces this year, y'all. I went big.
I was gonna kind of talk about that too, right? The weight loss, the braces. I think you were in your. I think it was a prom picture. And I'm going to tell
that
you.
That purple one?
This is the closest I've seen you look.
To that look. Oh, wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm like, wow. So, yeah, what are you eating? Let's talk about that really quick. Like, what are you eating? Because whatever it is, right, it's worked for her. So, even when she was here, like, she gave me an Ensure. I've never in my life drank a doggone Ensure. You know, but when she put it in my hand, I'm like, hey, she done lost 70 pounds, bro. I cracked the, the seal on that bad boy and poured it in a glass, okay? What are you eating today to keep this weight off?
I want to say, so I'm still following Keisha. I'm still doing week to week. Mm-hmm. One of the things we do focus on our carbs. We focus on low carbs. Mm-hmm. So there is that. I have learned how to snack, to do the low carb snacks. I have learned how to do those. I had to go and I had to learn how to incorporate my waters and things like that. I haven't had a soda or even wanted a soda in so long, my goodness. So, after time you'll learn that you pick up on certain things that you feel like you need. I need this, I need that. I've even had days where I wanted to eat, like, it's this seafood place. Mm-hmm. They have this fried fish, It has this like sauce on it. It's so good. So I did a day where I went over there and got me some. And that stuff was so nasty. I'm like, because you're changing. You're not the same person. You're changing.
And taste buds and flip.
And that stuff wasn't even good. I'm like, I just messed up my stuff, my little journey for nothing today. But you gotta know that, I mean, like some people be like, well, get back on the next day. No, I was back on immediately.
Like right away.
Some water. And then something else that happened was she has this, mom was like, at first it didn't work for her, but it worked for her girlfriend. But once you mess up, so you done went in there and got you a cheeseburger or something wrong with the bun, because there you can still, I have cheeseburgers now. By the way, you can eat beef. Beef is actually something that burns fat for your stomach. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Then it's so much. Like then I learned about broccoli. Broccoli is one too.
This girl like 30 plus talking about she learned about broccoli.
I didn't eat broccoli, but Esperanza made the broccoli for me. She taught me how to do it. Like she loves vegetables, so and. Like she loves vegetables. She couldn't do this journey with me, but she loves vegetables. My other sister, the same thing. They love vegetables. Everybody around me love vegetables. I hate vegetables. But they taught me how to eat them. So certain conversations, what I got out of it, certain conversations, every conversation, you can get certain things out of every conversation. So somebody may listen to this podcast and they may have heard something. A small message that we weren't even talking about. They might got something out of shopping. You know, some we weren't even talking about. Everybody gets a different message from you. So in your new journey, you know, just talking to different people, picking up on different things, you know, you'll take here and there from, you know, certain people. So from Esperanza, our little sister, I took the broccoli from her. Of course, I took a whole lot of stuff from Felicia because she's just gonna pop out some ingredients, some foods and things like that. Keisha also has a recipe book, and I haven't got not one recipe out of that book yet, but I got it, and I'm like, I'm gonna try something one day, because just because you're on this new journey does not mean that you can't eat. You don't want to not eat. Like
you're just eating different.
Eating different.
So now another thing that we haven't talked about thus far, but the intermediate fasting.
Yes.
Right. So like you've done that. Like what is that for the people that's listening that maybe never heard of it before?
And she'll tell you, like if you get on her videos, her lives, or look at any, that's the way she lives. So it's an 8-hour window. What is it? 8:16. And then one thing that I love to try to do is I think it's atomic. Anyway, it's like where you fast, you actually have an open window of 6 hours. So that's like if you want to challenge yourself. Everybody loves to challenge. So
wait, you only eat for 6 hours?
Yeah, some days. And that way,
6 hours sounds like a long time though to eat.
To eat, does it?
I mean, you're not eating for 6 hours straight.
So you know you're not getting up in the morning and having that breakfast unless you're like what is it?
I got it, because basically
your blood pressure medicine or whatever.
From 6 to 12, that's 6 hours.
Yeah, see?
So basically, like on the other side of 12 o'clock, you're not eating for the rest of the day until the next morning.
But you choose your own window. So these are your decisions you're making. She's just telling you how to do it. So you choose it and then you stop. No more. Now, have I ever done over that? Of course I have. But those are the days where you just kind of slipping up. But stay in your window, because if you stay in your window, especially at first, like just be real strict on yourself. You're okay. You'll be all right.
So the intermediate fasting is where you eat from, you know, like within a window, like a 6 to 8 hour window, and then you don't eat the rest of the day.
Right. I eat from 1 to 9.
So you eat from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then like you don't eat
nothing after.
Nothing.
And I work late shifts too, so it's like, girl, yeah. I have my water sitting here. I gotta finish these waters. It's rough.
I'd imagine it is, man, because it's
9:15.
Nope. Again, you popping out pieces all day, and you're not eating none of that stuff. The pastas, the chicken.
Nope. I don't want it. I definitely can't mess with that pasta no more. I don't fool with it. But you have things that are the same. Like you have things that you can replace that stuff with. You ain't missing out on nothing. One of the things Keisha say, she say, list out the things that are important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you list it, you list some kids, you list money, you trips, and you list certain things. Food wasn't involved, was it? You need that? Nah. I go to Domino's to get my money. I don't go there to get nothing to eat. Like, I ain't thirsty.
Wow. That's huge, right? So look, one last nugget, right, for the people, as we close this out, right? If you want to just leave them with anything, like what would that be?
Choose you. Yeah. I feel like I chose me.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Super proud of you. Hey guys, look, there you have it. Now, hey, my sister T Mac the Magnificent said, choose you. I want you guys to understand something though. Like, if she can do it, if my mom can do it, if Keisha Gibson can do it, because she was like what,
She was 285.
285 pounds, man. Like,
beautiful.
Yo, you're able to do it. Take day by day now. And look, I'm not gonna tell y'all yet, right? Because I haven't done it yet. Okay, but there are some decisions that I've made, that have made a difference. This right here is one of them that I'm making today. All right, so I'm going to be.
That's what kept her going. Her documented and made hold herself accountable. So I guess she's a social media person. Mm-hmm. She held herself accountable like that. So yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
All right, guys, there you have it, man. This has been another amazing episode, M5 The Family Hustle. Okay, again, I'm your boy, Mr. M5, Mr. Motivated, Financially Independent, Victorious Entrepreneur. Right, you guys have just heard an amazing story, right, from T Mac the Magnificent. Okay, on the ones and twos. It sounds like a DJ name or something like that. T Mac the Magnificent.
Extra.
Otherwise known as Tron, aka Tronshetta. Where did mom get that name from? Tronshetta.
I'm Tromane and my auntie Shell.
Hey guys, on that note, I am out of here, man. Until we see y'all again, y'all be safe. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Bye.
All right, man. What you think about that?
It was fun.
That was fun?
So, this is not my first time. The last time I did one with you was for my birthday. We did birthday interviews, me and Felicia, all the time.
We did do the birthday interview.
Yes.
We did post that, right?
Yes.
I know we did.
Yes.
I got to go back and find that.
If you find it, you'll see my difference.
Whoa.
But yeah, we did. She did her interview one year, and then, we did one at my backyard.
I think I can remember doing that.
Oh, wow. No, it was in your backyard in Pearl. Yeah.
You know what?
Because everybody was over there. It was
I do remember doing that.
We had fun.
I got to go. And I got to find. So one of the reasons why I was calling you recently, though, was because I think mom had told me you were losing a lot of weight.
She's been talking about it. People be like,
so I was calling you, man, to figure out, what I'm saying, like,
what's going on?
Yeah, what she was doing.
I swear I didn't have the confidence. I swear I did not know that could happen. And every day I'm looking in the mirror. And one thing I did leave out was how I can tell you can tell me how to go about doing a business plan. Because that's what you do. Mm-hmm. And I actually do need to talk about that. But you can go about telling me how to do it. So, but Keisha tell you about how to do certain things. And it was some things I skipped. Like adding the collagen. That's what I told you. I look up, I'm flappy in some spots. And I'm like, dude, now I got to go back and tighten it up. I got to look at this and skin doing that. And so, and I stopped focusing on my eating and my stuff like that. I'm trying to get this pulled up and tightened up because I want to look like the model. It's time. It's summer. And we still forgot to mention that I am 40 this year. Nobody ever believes that I'm 40. So I'm 40 this year though.
That's crazy, man.
Nobody ever believes that. But it's fun.
Hey man, we should talk more often.
I can't wait to read this book. Yeah. I want to do a lingerie clothing line.
You've been talking about that.
Yep. And it's on my phone from years ago.
You got a name for it?
I was gonna do hers and her, but I've actually seen that name somewhere else. So anyway,
Why hers and her?
Her, I don't know. Does it
So,
have to have such a meaning? I'm not a good naming.
No,
I named Junior Justin.
well, I mean, you named him after his dad.
His dad did that. Yep.
But for people that want to start a business, one of the first things I recommend is that you after you have an idea, obviously, right? You gotta have an idea. After you have the idea, you give it a name and you buy it.
Oh yeah, you did tell me
because
that.
it's kind of like the difference between trying to get pregnant and being pregnant.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like once you're pregnant, it's real. It's like, yo, we doing this.
Yeah.
And I realized some years ago when we had a miscarriage that pregnancy for men and women, for men and women is completely different too. You know what I'm saying? Because, Felicia lost a child. It was real to her because we had given it a name.
Oh, okay.
So we named our boy Jackson. For me,
because he was son Jackson. Do I need to open the door for them?
No. For me, it was just an idea. That's the difference. Right now, starting a lingerie line, it's just an idea
in the back.
When you buy that name, it becomes real. And then you figure out some of these other steps, which honestly, a lot of the stuff that we're even doing right now with McTees,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Is some of the stuff that you need to be doing,
right?
Also, and it's really.
Well, nephew done bought him 2 businesses, didn't he?
Who?
Nephew, Malik.
Yeah.
He done bought him 2 of them.
Yeah, it ain't. It's not difficult. The challenge for me this time has just really been focused. Because I feel like we have so much stuff that I got to deal with, that I'm trying to deal with. So now having to kind of unplug, because for a while, I was doing Uber and Lyft. Yeah. And the money wasn't bad in comparison. I could go out there and drive, make $300 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, $300 a day. Then Thursday through Sunday, maybe make $400 to $500 a day. So it wasn't bad. But the problem is that I was literally driving all day. And boy, you know what? Had he walked over here, I would have felt like $1 million, man. I could see my mommy. I would have felt like $1 million. So it was that right there was really taking a lot away. So I had to kind of
what's he got?
Redirect the focus a little bit, and sometimes you got to do that. But give it a name, man. Give it a name, and we'll figure out the rest.
Put your 2 fingers up like this.
1, 2, 3.
I heard.
I hate this tongue got there.
I heard Steve Harvey say something once. He said,
I love Steve Harvey.
Take the leap and develop your wings on the way down.
Oh wow.
So sometimes we feel like we gotta know everything before we start. And what he was saying is that you just gotta start, and you'll figure out everything along the way.
You know what? That was another thing, because I'm I wonder what we're doing next week. Keisha would change everything week by week. Right now, lately, I just been kind of, because she going over stuff for people who need to lose a whole lot of weight, and I'm like,
you still recording?
Focus on me.
Yeah.
Focus on me for a second. I need that. But it's nothing that you can reach out and talk to her too. That's why I like she's human. She's real. So.
That's what's up. This has been great. I appreciate it.
It was great for me too. And I got a book out of the deal. I came to MFIVE Mission. I got a whole tracksuit for coming and a book. What? I'll be back. What?
That's